To analyze normality of the data, click Analyze and select Descriptive Statistic and Descriptive. Move Creative Thinking skill by clicking the arrow into the Variables box. Click the Option button and select Kurtosis and Skewness. We don't want the mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and so on. Click the Continue button and click OK to get the output of the normality analysis. The result of analysis in the descriptive statistic table show that the skewness and kurtosis value for creative thinking skills are negative 0.328 and negative 0.457. Both of them are in the normal distribution range of negative 1.96 and positive 1.96. This means the dependent variable's creative thinking skill is normally distributed and it meets the requirement or assumptions of t-test. Thus, t-test can be used to analyze the data. To test the hypothesis, we return to the dataset. Click the Analyze button, select Compare Mean and Independent Sample t-test. Test variable is the dependent variable, so select Creative and click the arrow button to move it into Test variable box. Gender is the grouping variables with two groups, male and female. Select gender and click the arrow button to move it into the grouping variable box. Then click the Define Group button. Type number 1 and 2 into group 1 and group 2. To inform the SPSS about the number for the two groups, we are going to compare for creative thinking skill. Then click the button Continue and OK to get the result of the analysis. The result of the independent sample t-test are presented in two tables. The first table, group statistic, presents the mean, standard deviation, and standard error means for creative thinking skill of the male and female group of the samples. The second table presents the result of the t-test, which is used to test the research hypothesis. As you can see in the first table, the mean score of creative thinking skill of the male group, which is 85.05, outperformed the mean score of the female groups, which is 75.10, with a mean score difference of 9.95, where 85.05 minus 75.10 is equal to 9.95. The second table presents two tests. The Levin test for equality of variance is used to investigate whether the variance of the two groups are equals. If the significant value of Levin test is larger or equal to 0.05, equal variance between the groups are assumed. Thus, we will refer to the t-test result of the first row, which is the equal variance assumed. However, if the significant value is smaller than 0.05, then we have to refer to the result of the t-test in the equals variance not assumed row, which is a second row. In this case, the significant value of event test is P equal to 0.673. Equivariance between the groups are achieved. This means we will refer to the t-test result of the first row, which is equal variance assumed for hypothesis testing. The t-test results present the T, df, and significant values for hypothesis testing. As has been mentioned earlier, if the p-value of t-test is larger or equal to 0.05, the null hypothesis is true. But if the p-value is smaller than 0.05, the research hypothesis is true. In this case, the significant value of t-test is 0.000, which is smaller than 0.05. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis and make the decision by referring to the research hypothesis, which is there is a significant difference between male and female postgraduate students in creative thinking skill. The male group outperformed the female groups in creative thinking skill with a mean score difference of 9.95. The 95 confidence interval of the difference table show that if this research is conducted with another sample randomly selected from the postgraduate student population, we are confident that at least 95% of chance we will obtain the mean difference between the male and female group in the range of 6.29 to 13.61, with the male outperform the female. Finally, by referring to the independent sample t-test result, we report that in the university postgraduate population, male students outperform female students in creative thinking skill, with the t-value equal to 5.408, the df value equal to 78, and p-value less than 0.05. This is how we report the result of the independent samples t-test. After learning the independent sample t-test, let's practice your SPSS data analytics skill with an exercise. In this exercise, a researcher conducts a study to investigate whether there is a difference between male and females in intelligence quotient or IQ. By using the data t-test1 SAB, analyze the data using SPSS and report the result of your analysis. To download the data for practice, click the subscribe button, and in the video channel, click the video exercise for independent samples t-test. Then click the link to download the SPSS data. I hope you enjoy this video.